Hey everyone, it's Pete DeYoung here and Caitlin Brayshow with Remax Professionals.
Hi.
We're sitting here we are so full of sushi right now.
Know.
We always order way too much. So
I'm
if we,
itis right now.
if we fall asleep halfway through this, I apologize in advance.
Or if we're not making any sense.
Or if we're not
blame
making
it
any
on the
sense.
sushi.
Yeah. So here's what's going on. There's a lot going on right now in the market. It's changing radically, and we're actually seeing price decline. So we're seeing the benchmark price overall is down like 4%.
Yeah.
But it does change, right? With different
areas of the city.
Well, and even just different categories, right? So.
Oh yes, yeah. At detached, we're looking only at a 0.8 decrease since last year.
Yeah, less than 1%, really, right?
Yep.
Like we read the news and it's like, the sky's falling, but that's mostly Vancouver and
Yes.
and Toronto. It's Ontario and BC. Here in Calgary, yeah, things are not what they were a couple years ago, but they're not bad. Like I said, or like you said, price on detached homes is down less than 1%. When we look at semi-detached, it's down 1.5 points. Really, it's when you get into townhouses and apartments, that's really where you're seeing declines of 4% and 5% respectively, right?
Yeah. Well, apartments are hit the hardest actually out of all of it, and the reason being is because they've made 8,000 new units so far, and
that's over half of that's new builds. 8,000. Apartment new builds in Calgary year to date. That's over half of the new builds in Calgary right now. So we're building apartments like mad, and it's that kind of increased supply plus a little bit of fewer sales, and again that really that's being more affected in the newer areas where they're building them like crazy. East of the city, north of the city, stuff like that is where all those condos are being built. Inventory in general is up 66%, which again, it sounds like this massive number, but don't forget that a year or two ago we had nothing for sale. So
exactly
66% on nothing is still, there's even crazier numbers. Months of supply were up 88%. But even then, we're up 88% in months of supply, but it's only a three and a half month supply, 3.3.5 month supply. So, some of the numbers you're going to read sound crazy, but we have to keep them in a longer or in a greater perspective. Because sales are down and listings are up, right? And when demand is down and supply is up, you're going to see some prices affected. But yeah,
because inventory levels are now nearing like 7,000.
Yeah, we haven't seen those kind of numbers since like 2020 or even before that. Yeah, so it's been a long time since we actually had a balanced market, which is we're slipping now into a bit of a buyer's market, but it's still pretty balanced. We like to think that a balanced market is about 33% absorption rate, and we're at about, we're between 30 and 33 right now. So, and again, that depends on where you live and what you're looking for. So. New listings in general are, we listed 3,900, so they're up 8.5% from last year. But total inventory, like we said, is up 66%. So again, all of this is so dependent on where you are in the city, really, isn't it?
Yep.
So it's like you gotta be careful about taking any number and assuming this is what's happening in your area of the city.
Exactly.
So. Do you want to add the next part, or do you want me to? What?
What?
So much sushi.
Sorry, brain fog literally just went loading. I'm still loading.
What's it called when it's like not loading? It's like
lagging.
Yeah,
we're lagging.
Lagging. Too much sushi. But no, in general, areas of the city that are most affected by price declines are the north and northeast. The least affected is the west
and the south.
And the south, yeah. Which weren't we saying the opposite?
We were
like
before.
It's like the northeast and the east accelerated price increases so fast that it's only natural now that they're the ones that are gonna bounce back a little bit. The pendulum's swinging the other way in those areas a little bit.
Exactly.
Like we're all still way up from where we were a couple of years ago. So again, there's no reason to panic or anything like that. But But yeah, we're building lots of homes in Calgary, much more than elsewhere in the country. In fact, what are the? Because we're up like.
Oh yeah, we're up 16% just in the first quarter of 2025, and then nationally, we are down 12.5%.
Yeah, BC and Ontario are actually, you know, their permits are down. Their
Yes.
housing starts are down, where we're still building like mad. So I think what that means is that housing is going to stay pretty affordable here for a while.
I think so,
And
yeah.
you know, and price. I think you're going to see price declines in BC and Ontario for a bit, but it'll all wash out. And long-term real estate's always still a good purchase. Anyone that's lived as long as I have, I'll tell you. Anyways,
My days.
we keep saying, depending on what you're looking for, whether it's an apartment or a townhouse or whatever, or where you are in the city, check with us. We'll give you a bit more of insight into what's going on, because, like I said, it really is market dependent right now, and category dependent more than ever before.
Yes.
And otherwise, I think I got to go lie down for a while and rub my belly.
Yeah, I think I need to take a nap.
But call us anytime. When Kate's finished her nap, she'll call you back.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll talk to you
Do not
then.
disturb.
Have a great month.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.